welcome to the third installment of Piney's Kanto course. In the last episode, we defeated Misty and evolved all 3 Kanto starter Pokemon. In this episode, we aim to defeat the third gym leader, Lieutenant Surge. We immediately head north to check out this house that's been robbed. It turns out that a Team Rocket grunt has stolen the TM for Dig. We fight off the grunt and get it back, but the original owner has decided they don't need it anymore. In red, we try to teach it to Norbert the Nidoking, only to discover that Nidoking cannot learn Dig in this game. This was a devastating blow to my game plan, but not a permanent one. Romy the Raticate is capable of learning Dig instead, so he did. A similar thing happened in blue, except that not only is Neptune the Nidoqueen completely unable to learn Dig, but the only member of my team who can is Charlie the Charmeleon, which isn't what I want to do. I have an idea of how I might be able to work around this, but more on that later. In yellow, I did not run into such problems. Sandy the Sandshrew was able to learn Dig, and is going to be the Pokemon with which we take on Surge. South to Route 5 we go, catching Mankey in red, Meowth in blue, and both Jigglypuff and Abra in yellow. Now, there is a gate that would allow us to pass through Saffron City, but the guards don't seem to want us to go through right now, so underneath the city we go to Route 6. No new Pokemon to catch here, but a few trainers to fight instead. This is the route where Chuck the Charmander evolved into Charmeleon, and Bellsprout evolved into Weepinbell, who I have decided to name Valerie. Valerie the Weepinbell now also knows all 3 powder moves, Sleep Powder, Poison Powder, and Stun Spore. Both the Butterfree and their place on the team is being challenged, so unless they learn some good moves soon, they very well may get taken out of the party. After these battles are all done and dusted, Vermillion City is underneath our feet. There are a few things we can actually do in this city, the first of which is to grab ourselves the old rod from the fishing guru. Not the most useful, but we can grab it. The second thing we grab here is a bike ticket from the chairman of the Pokemon Fan Club. After backtracking to Cerulean to retrieve the bike, we now have a more hasty method of transport with which to navigate the region. It's time for the boat to end all boats. The SS Anne. Loads of trainers to fight and even a rival battle here. Thanks to these trainers, the need to grind before the rival battle or even the gym is mitigated. Before heading onto the boat, I withdraw from the PC a team member I plan on donating to Blue, Barak the Geodude. Barak is temporarily rejoining my team in red while I train it up to evolve into Grappler. I also use a save file editor to finally give Weepinbell the nickname Valerie. As I won't be able to come back here later, I made sure to fight every trainer and collect every single item in all 3 games. Sandy evolved into Sandslash here, and Gertrude made it all the way to level 19. 1 more level until they evolve. Needless to say, this trip has already been worthwhile. It's time to fight our rival. In red, he opens with Pidgeotto. We open with Barak as we're still switch training him, and he hits the bird with Rock Throw after Rock Throw, taking it down. Up next is Raticate, who Norbert the Nidoking deals with using Horn Attack. Our rival then brings out Kadabra, who Remy the Raticate one-shots with a Hyper Fang. Next up is Ivysaur, who goes down to a puddle of Spork the Spearow's Pex. In blue, he opens again with Pidgeotto. We send out Neptune the Nidoqueen, who spams Poison Sting on it. Next up, yet again, is Raticate. Charlie the Charmeleon hits it with Ember, doing the same to the rival's Kadabra. Last but not least, Wartortle, who Valerie the Weepinbell takes out with 2 Vine Whips. Opening with Spearow for yellow, Penny once again does what Penny does best, Thundershot. Rattata falls to Mischief the Monkey's low kicks, and while Mischief gets his Sandshrew low enough, my monkey gets knocked out before they can secure the win. Vulcan the Ivysaur up next, finishing off Sandshrew and defeating his Eevee. Proceeding to the Captain's Chamber, we obtain the Cut HM, only to realize that no one on my red team can learn it, so I have to figure that out. In blue, I teach it to Valerie, replacing Stun Spore. Not optimal, but it beats giving it to Charlie, the only other member of my blue team with the ability to learn Cut, and in yellow, I'm simply able to give Cut to Sandy. No trouble there. I have a list of 5 contenders for Cut users in my red team: Beedrill, Oddish, Paris, Diglett, and Farfetch'd. Diglett only learns Cut in yellow and is also a ground type, which I do not need another of on the team. Farfetch is the same deal. It's a flying type. I don't need a second one. When it comes to Beedrill, while it is a poison type, a type I already have, it is also a bug type, which has the potential to be quite useful. As useful as a bug type in Generation 1 can realistically be. Oddish would serve as a good parallel with Blue, seeing as I have Weepinbell there, and Paris has already been tried and proven not to work as a team member. It's between Oddish and Beedrill, a real tough one for sure. After quickly training Barak to evolve into Graveler, I traded it over to Blue before making my way to Route 11. Here is where I trained and fully evolved the newest member of my red team, Beedrill. Obvious downsides are that it's a bug type in Generation 1, but it's a cut user and I can always switch to Oddish later if this goes south. After receiving Graveler in the trade with Red and having it evolve into Golem, Blue now has a team member with a ground type move, which means that all three of my teams are Surge ready. I could realistically battle him right this second. There are still some things I would like to get done first. Another very important evolution took place here. Gertrude the Magikarp is now Gertrude the Gyarados. This is a game changer. I finally have access to water type moves on my yellow team, and Gyarados can also learn Ice and Dragon type moves, two of the strongest offensive types in the game. Gyarados is going to win us some key battles in the upcoming sessions of the game. The only new Pokemon to catch here was Drowsy in all three games, and Route 11 is completely cleared. After clearing Route 11, I well and truly lost confidence in Butterfree. I hate to say it, but my misclick from last episode has well and truly ruined Bo's potential. It's time I say bye-bye Butterfree, which really sucks because Bo has done so well up until this point. I quickly head through Diglett's cave back to the route near Viridian Forest, snagging the titular Diglett in all three games on the way. Here I trade an Abra with an NPC for Mr. Mime and Red, as well as retrieving the HM for Flash. I can now also get the old Amber, which allows us to revive Aerodactyl later on. Finally, I head back to Mount Moon to snag Clefairy in all three games. We're Surge ready. In Red, all three of Surge's Pokemon, Voltorb, Pikachu, and Raichu, get one-shotted by Remy the Raticate's Dig. Utterly amazing if I do say so myself. What's even more amazing is the fact that the exact same thing happened in Blue. Barak the Golem managed to one-shot every single one of Surge's Pokemon. Now, Surge's team in Yellow consists of only one Pokemon for some reason. Needless to say, we one-shot it with Sandy the Sandslash. This has been the easiest gym so far. I don't know how I've done it, but I've managed to build a team that one-shot an entire gym's team. That's amazing. 3 times over at that. That's even more amazing. I'm in shock. That's Surge beat. I genuinely didn't expect to one-shot the entire team 3 times over, and I don't expect it to happen again. But I'll relish in the victory while it's still fresh. Next episode, we'll be heading towards Saffron City to, hopefully, defeat Erica. I'll see you there.